Hey, my bubbles, it's me, Debbie Bubbling. Debbie Bubblies. And let's try it again. Hey guys, it's me, Debbie Bubbles. Welcome back to my channel and into the walls of our home. Y'all, I am enjoying my Panera lunch here, and I'm going to work on the voiceover for the video that you're about to see. So, y'all, thank you for coming back. Here's more of our road to Mobile, road to Alabama trip. This video is going to be very talky, but I'm going to give you a lot of footage as far as scenery. You're going to see a lot of water and ships and that kind of thing in today's video, as well as a few pictures of my husband and myself. And so I'm going to shut up here in a moment probably and let you watch the video. Alrighty, guys, so we're going to pick back up where we left off yesterday. We are still on the road for Alabama. So this video should contain footage from the 15th and the 16th of September. Now, along the way, of course, we stopped for a little food. We're at the Waffle House in Longview, Texas. There are my grilled pork chops and cheese grits. He's on the first of his two breakfasts. Y'all, we are in Shreveport, Louisiana at this point, just right across the border from Texas. And I'm just going to keep rolling and showing you footage as we go because I want to talk. I want to talk a whole bunch to y'all. So if you're ready for it, keep watching. So I'm going to jump right in here because I don't know how long the footage goes before we get to certain points. But we were rolling along just fine. And then out of nowhere, I love Louisiana, my ancestral home, but their roads are not the best in most areas. And we hit a crater of a pothole that could not be avoided due to traffic, and our tire blew. Yes, it blew. Now, when hubby got out to change things, to work on that, I got out as well, and then I got sick because I was not aware of how much a bridge moves when you're standing on it, how much a bridge moves and sways and what have you, and I became what I'm going to call seasick. And so anywho, I had to revert to the car. I had to return to the vehicle. And thank God for the highway service that they do have here in Louisiana. And they have it in other states I know too, where there are workers who come through with just a little of everything on these trucks. They have jacks, which one brought a jack. He changed the tire in record speed. And then we headed on down the highway because we need to get a tire. In which, when we got to the tire place, tires were all inspected. They were all looking good. Yes, we were in our own vehicle. We had not initially planned to go in our vehicle, but it was a last-minute decision, and so we did. So listen, while we were at the tire place for the 4.5 hours that we were there, I reserved a room. And I think what I was about to tell you, though, was that we went ahead and got a full set of tires because it's like, might as well at this point. So I got birthday tires is what we're going to call those too. But we got a new set of tires, and I reserved a room while we were waiting those 4.5 hours because they were jam-packed with people in Discount Tire. And so I watched my husband along with many others nap while we were all waiting on tires. You may have heard in the background of the hotel room footage there when I was showing you the room, I was telling my husband that I was so glad that we had twin beds or two beds. There were two doubles in there because we could each have our own bed. We could sleep separately. And he was on the phone in the other room checking out the bathroom and talking to a friend, and he was saying, you know what, that's not happening basically. We're still honeymooners, and she will not be on her own bed. After getting settled in our hotel room, we decided we wanted to go get something to eat, and there's some footage of the beautiful red clay dirt that I so love in Louisiana. We settled on a catfish restaurant or restaurant that we found that had seafood, which that's not hard to find. We're in Louisiana. So we ordered a few different meals here. We have some crawfish tails, shrimp, catfish, just a variety of things that we shared back and forth. So I love catfish, and this was the place for it, as well as those wonderful crawfish tails. Now, y'all, back at the hotel, when I booked our hotel, they only had one room available, and it was this one that had doubles. So I did not purposely look for two separate beds because I totally enjoy sleeping with my husband. They just didn't have any king-size beds available. All right, it is now the next morning, and we are back on the road again for Mobile, Alabama. So I didn't have a makeup when we were traveling, but we stopped at a gas station not far from Mobile, and I slathered on some spackle and stuff on my face so that I can maybe be a little more presentable when I met my in-laws, all of them for the very first time in person. I have only met my new family over FaceTime and some of them and just speaking on the phone. So this is my actual first visit and first time meeting in person. My new loves, my new in-loves. And I'm glad we took this chance, this opportunity, had this chance and opportunity to go and visit and love on and be loved on by so many wonderful people. Um, I've gained two new sisters and another brother and a dad. Alrighty, y'all. So I had to stop that for a minute because, yeah. So anyway, along the way, we've gone through so many wonderful places and we'll go through so many more. I didn't take video of our meet and greets because, yeah, I guess I was just too busy meeting and greeting. But we did meet and greet everybody now. We made it to Mobile, and the first of the family I got to meet were my new father-in-law and his wife. Sharon is awesome. We spent several hours with them decompressing and just enjoying. After we spent time with them, I'm sorry, hang on just a second, y'all. All right, one more time, no promises. I'm going to try and keep my little crybaby self together. Okay. Y'all, this trip was impromptu. There was a not great health diagnosis, is what I'm going to say, for a family member, a very close family member, and another family member who had something else going on. So we needed to go visit his family in Mobile, and we did. Now, we did not book a room in a hotel in Mobile because initially we were going to, it was planned that we would go ahead and stay in the bungalow at his mom's house. She has the main house up front, and then there's a one-bedroom home, in the back that has its own little fenced-in property. It's all beautiful and all that good stuff. We were initially going to stay in the bungalow so we could be separate but equal. In our newlywedness, and y'all, we couldn't do it. You know, she was having those moments, and it was even at a point that he too was having those moments. He was sweating bullets. There was air conditioning, but Mobile heat is a little different than Texas heat, and it is for me for sure. And the refrigerated air was not doing it for me. And it definitely wasn't doing it for him, but it was like, who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her we can't stay? Now, we had unloaded everything into this bungalow and had planned to stay, but he said, we can't do this. He's like, I am sweating too badly, and I know you're not going to make it either. So I got on the phone. I have two children who work part-time for a hotel chain, and they booked us a room here in Mobile from Texas. They booked our room for us, and we're so excited because we, at 12:03 a.m., gathered all our things back into the vehicle, and we headed to the hotel. Now, we didn't say anything to his mom at that point because, yeah, we weren't going to wake her and let her know that we were leaving. So we had to save that for the next day, and it was not received well. And, yeah, we'll just leave that there. It wasn't received well. My intent was never to offend or hurt anyone in anything that I say or do. It never is and never will be. But we just needed to be where we could be comfortable. And yes, we could have stayed within the main house. However, again, yeah, her son likes his space, and his wife kind of likes her space too. And with us having extended our trip for basically an additional week, we needed to be in our own space. And so that's what that is. So, anywho, next day, here we are at my father-in-law's house. Y'all, Dad is bundled up because he is a man of a certain age who is cold, and his wife is a woman of a certain age who is quite hot. So the house is nice and pleasantly cool, but he bundles up because it's too cold. Y'all, we just can't make it make sense for any of us. So anyway, y'all are seeing some pictures now of my handsome face husband and I out on my father-in-law's deck. We enjoyed a great moment in time out there with him until a wasp came along and stung my father-in-law on top of his foot. So we retreated back indoors to the coolness thereof, although it was a very pleasant day outside. But yeah, I have too many allergies, and yeah, we couldn't play with the wasp, and there's no EpiPen in tow. So yep, we went inside. So after spending time with my father-in-law, we headed back out. And as I'm doing the voiceover, I'm not sure where we're going right now. Well, there we are. We're down Mobile. We're near the waterfront or at the waterfront or whatever. And there is the USS Alabama. You're going to see pictures of coming up. You're going to see a lot of water footage because there's a lot of water. We're not in Texas anymore. And not in the panhandle of Texas anymore. So y'all enjoy the views, and I'm going to ramble some more if that's okay. So because it was so nice and cool at my father-in-law's house, he offered us his home, and he and the wife are going to go stay at their or her other home. They're newlyweds as well. They've only been married 4 years, and he still maintains his home, and she still maintains the one she had prior to marrying him. So what they do is alternate weeks. One week at one home, the next week at the other, because they don't have any plans on getting rid of either home currently. So we were offered either of the homes as a place to lay our heads that we could choose from. But again, we've already rented our hotel, and yeah, we're not getting that money back. So we're going to stay at the hotel and not inconvenience anyone. And yeah, that's what that is. So anywho, y'all. This is Mobile, Alabama. This is the waterfront, the shipyards, the docks, all that good stuff. There is so much to see, and this gal is going to get to go and spend a day at the beach. That's coming up. I don't know that I'm going to be doing this at this point, but it's going to happen. It is going to happen. Now, this right here is peaceful and beautiful. Now, of course, the water is a little noisy, but also the cars that are going by, because they're going by at top speed. So, sorry if it was too much noise for you. It was quite enjoyable just the same, though. We were just kind of just touring Mobile. So, he took me a little bit everywhere. We almost stopped at one waterfront restaurant to eat, but I swole. My feet swole. One of them in particular, one of my ankles on this trip. And I think it was just from all the driving and lack of movement, because we drove a lot into a lot of places, but we get somewhere and sit down and we weren't moving except to get up and eat or sit back down, go to the bathroom, that kind of thing. So I think just lack of movement and the fact that I was not pushing water, which I normally drink a lot of water, or a good amount of water for me when I'm at home. I wasn't doing that on the road because I'm only drinking bottled water at that point. I don't want to drink local water, don't want to have any extra upsets and that kind of thing. So I was retaining fluid, not getting enough fluid in to force out what was there. And so it just wasn't great. But I wasn't uncomfortable. It just was aesthetically not cute to me. And I know it's about more than aesthetics. But since I've been home, things are great. No more swelling. Things are good. So we're fine. And on the days where we didn't venture out a whole bunch and just kind of hung around the hotel and did some sightseeing closer to the hotel and that kind of thing. Yeah, I did wonderful. All right, guys. So again, I have just filmed a little bit of anything and everything for y'all concerning our trip to Alabama. This here was just a little sightseeing closer to the downtown area. Tomorrow's video, God willing, the 18th of September. It gets good, y'all. It gets delicious. So y'all make sure you come back, rock and roll down the highway with us because we're just getting started here. It gets better. So until the next video, until the next time, I love you. God bless you. And God willing, I'll see you with another video tomorrow. Mwah. Oh, and happy October 1st.